You know those numbers you hear on the news every single day? The Sensex is up, the Nifty hit a new high. We hear them all the time. But what do they actually mean? How can one single number possibly tell the story of the entire stock market? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and make sense of it all. And that's really the big question, isn't it? I mean, think about it. The stock market is this huge, complicated thing. You've got thousands of companies, and every single second their stock price is bouncing up or down. So how on earth do you boil all of that down to just one number? To really get the answer, you first have to appreciate just how wild and, honestly, chaotic the market really is when you look at it up close. Just imagine for a second trying to track every single company on the stock exchange every single day. You would be absolutely drowning in a sea of data. We're talking millions of trades, prices that are always changing, trying to figure out which way the market is heading from all that noise. It would be pretty much impossible. So, how do we find the signal in all of that noise? The answer is a really elegant and powerful tool, the market index. At its heart, an index is basically a sample. Think about it like this. A pollster doesn't need to talk to every single person in the country to know what people are thinking, right? They just talk to a smaller representative group. An index does the exact same thing, but for stocks. It picks a select group that gives us a snapshot of the whole market's health. And that's the real magic of an index. It takes all of that chaos we were talking about, all those complex numbers flying around, and it distills it all into one single, clear number. It turns a complicated mess into a simple way to see how things are going. A really great way to think about it is as an economic thermometer. It gives you one simple reading to understand a very complex situation. If that number's going up, it usually means the economy's feeling healthy, investors are optimistic. And if the number's falling, well, that points to some pessimism, maybe some economic troubles ahead. But an index is more than just a number or a thermometer. It's actually a critical tool that has three very specific, very important jobs in the world of finance. First, it's a benchmark. This is huge. How do you know if your mutual fund is actually doing a good job? Simple. You compare its performance to an index, like the Nifty 50. Second, it's that economic thermometer we just mentioned. It tells us the mood of the market. And third, it's the foundation for actual investment products. Things like index funds and ETFs. These are super popular because they're simple and low cost, and they literally wouldn't exist without an index to follow. Okay, so we get what they are and what they do. But who gets to decide which companies make it into this exclusive club? It's not just random. Building an index is actually a very deliberate, step-by-step process. It all happens in four main steps. First, there's selection. Companies get picked based on strict rules, like how big they are and how easily their shares can be bought and sold. Second is weighting. This decides how much influence each company has on the index's final number. Third, a base value is set, like 100 or 1,000, way back in a base year, so we have something to compare today's value against. And finally, the index gets rebalanced. Regularly, companies get added or dropped to make sure it's always giving us an accurate picture. Now, that second step, the weighting, is super important. In India, both the Nifty and the Sensex use something called free float market cap. So why does this matter? Well, it means the index only counts the shares that are actually available for you and me, the public, to trade. It ignores the huge chunks of stock held by founders or the government that aren't really moving. This gives us a much more realistic picture of what's actually driving the market. All right, all this theory is great, but let's bring it right back home. Let's talk about the two big indices you hear about constantly in India and what they mean for you. So you've got the Sensex and the Nifty 50. Think of them as two different photos of the same thing. The Sensex is the old veteran. It's been around since 1986 and tracks 30 of the biggest, most established companies on the Bombay Stock Exchange. The Nifty 50 is kind of like the younger, bigger sibling. It started in '96, tracks 50 large companies on the National Stock Exchange, which makes it a little more spread out. But at the end of the day, they're both seen as the top barometers for the health of the Indian economy. So why does any of this really matter to you? Because knowing this stuff is like having a powerful new tool in your investor toolkit. The next time you hear the Nifty is up, you won't just hear a random number. You'll actually understand the mood behind it. You'll have that solid benchmark to see how your own investments are doing. And it all leads to one really important thing: making smarter, more confident financial decisions. In the end, a market index tells a story. It's the collective story of an entire economy's hopes and fears, all packed into a single number. And now that you know how to read that story, the only question left is, what will your story be? All right, let's talk about the Sensex and the Nifty. You hear these names all the time, right? Sensex is up, Nifty is down. They're literally the headline numbers for India's economy. But what do they actually mean? Well, in this explainer, we're going to unpack these two huge market indices. So let's dive right in. I mean, you see the numbers flashing on your screen all day long, right? Up in the green, down in the red. But what are you really looking at? They're kind of the main event of the Indian stock market. But what's the real story they're telling us? That's exactly what we're here to figure out. Okay, so first things first, we need to kind of shift how we think about these things. They aren't just random, abstract numbers. A much better way to look at them is like the very heartbeat of the Indian economy. Yeah, exactly. They're not just numbers. They're these carefully built barometers for India's financial health. You know, like how a weather barometer tells you if a storm is coming. Well, these indices do the same thing for the economy. They track how the biggest and best companies are doing, and that gives us a really clear snapshot of the country's financial health and, the overall mood of the market. Okay, so let's meet the two big players you're always hearing about, the Sensex and the Nifty 50. So let's break down the key differences here. On one side, you've got the Sensex. It's run by the Bombay Stock Exchange, the BSE, and it tracks 30 of India's most established blue-chip companies. Think of it as the old guard, the really stable giants. Then you have the Nifty 50, which comes from the National Stock Exchange, or NSE. It's a bit bigger, tracking 50 companies, and its focus is on the most actively traded large-cap stocks. Because it has more companies, it naturally represents a bigger slice of the pie. We're talking about 65 to 70% of the NSE's total value.